What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hungry Road. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time seeing my face, please go and smash the subscribe button and like the video while you're at it. But today's rental of the week is one of my all-time favorites. I've always seen these on the road and I always gawk and I turn my head like it'd be so cool to check out one of those. Well, today is finally that day. Well, this whole week really. I'm here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is the 2023 Toyota Supra 2.0. Yes, this is the 2.0, not the 3.0. If you don't know what those numbers mean, I'll explain in a minute. But this car has been out for about 4 years now. It's going on its 5th year. Reviews have already been out there, so I might do like an express review, speed through some things because you probably already know about the car. But I'm going to tell you some facts, why I love it, and some things I don't like about it. So if you didn't know, this is the new generation Supra. It debuted in 2020. And the last generation ended its reign in 1998. So in 2020, when the new Supra made its debut, there was only one engine option. It was a turbo inline 6-cylinder engine made about 335 horsepower. But since then, they've added an extra 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 255 horsepower. That's what this car has here. But doesn't that number sound very familiar? The 2024 BMW 430i I reviewed last week has the exact same engine. That is because underneath this shell, it's all BMW. It's based on the BMW Z4, which is kind of like a little roadster. If you squint your eyes and cock your head and like blink a few times, you kind of can see Z4 underneath all the skin. When we get to the interior, it'll all come together. So that means this car is built in Austria. It's not built in Japan with the rest of the Toyota cars. So that's kind of funny because Toyota kind of collaborated with another car manufacturer a while ago. Remember the Toyota BRZ and the Subaru FRS? Or you'll have those backwards. I don't know, but those were the same car. One was an Australian manufacturer and one was a Toyota. It was crazy. Toyota's known to do this, but they do it pretty well. But they got it right with this one. BMW, they make great cars because they're known for all kinds of stuff. Luxury, power, not so much reliability, which is a question with this car. So we'll see going forward. So like I mentioned, this does have the turbo 4-cylinder engine that makes 255 horsepower, but the upgraded engine is still a turbo inline 6-cylinder engine, but no longer makes 335 horsepower. In 2021 and for the rest of the model years, it's been bumped up to 382 horsepower, which now matches the same horsepower from the Z4. So I don't know why in 2020 they used the same engine but had the power bumped down. Maybe it was some sort of contractual agreement that you can't make the Supra the same speed as the Z4. I don't know. And it was only available in automatic. 2020, 2021, and 2022, the fans wanted the manual. They wanted their 3 pedals. Fine, they can have it. You know, I don't really care about the manuals. This thing shifts super fast with this automatic 8-speed transmission. But in 2023, the Toyota came out with the manual option for this car, and it costs no extra to do. Personally, I don't give a damn about the manual because this thing, it'll smoke a manual, but it doesn't matter. If you want to roll their own gears, let them enjoy themselves. So this car is in Nitro Yellow. It's actually a color that's no longer offered for the 2024 model year. Because when you go on their website, I swear to you, a few days ago, you could still build a 2023. And I went on the website today to do some research, and 2023 is no longer there. It's all 2024s. And you get 4 different trims. The 2.0, which we have here, but it's not 24, don't matter. The 2.0, the 3.0, the 3.0 Premium, and then the 45th anniversary 3.0. And the colors are all over the place. The Absolute Zero is the white. Nitro Yellow is no longer there. I'm sure there's blacks. I didn't even look because I don't care, because this is the color for the Toyota Supra. Look at all the different accents on the car, how it just works. The yellow is just a perfect complement to all the black and gray and the reds, all the different things here. So I am so thankful to whoever spec'd this car at New Jersey Enterprise or New Jersey National Rental Car, and then thankful whoever brought it all the way to Pittsburgh. So, and again to Maggie, she looked out for me. I appreciate you. So to open the hood of the car, just like on a BMW, you have the hood latch right down here. See, it's pulled 2 times. Pull it once, you hear a little chime, a BMW chime. Pull it again, and the other hood latch will open. Come around here, you kind of see the hood is cracked. Let's go ahead and lift it up. All you do is you put your hand underneath and lift straight up. The hood releases by itself, and we see our first BMW logo right there. Boom. There's another one up here. Basher, whatever. We have some more down here. I mean, it's through and through. There's another BMW logo right there. I mean, they're everywhere. So we all know it's all BMW. But this is the 4-cylinder engine. Nice little engine cover. The 4 little slats there indicate 4 cylinders. But it's fine. And you can see there's a lot of room in here left to add 2 more cylinders. So I'd love to get a hold of a bigger engine. Supra, if possible. I kind of like how the hood just like opens all the way up like that. Straight from all the way back to the damn near door. Most of your hoods will open up like here and you have all the fenders still sitting there. This gives you more like a more race car vibe and more rawness to it. I do see some Toyota Supra right there, but we all know what you're really made of underneath all of this. All right, let's check out the front end here of the 2023 Toyota Supra. I absolutely love it. It's so different. It's so sharp. It's so aggressive. It doesn't look like anything else on the road, and I really appreciate the aggressiveness and boldness that Toyota did when they made this front end here. So let's go and get started here. We have the hood already. We've seen that big giant logo right there on top. Carry your brand with pride. I hate the front license plate, but it's a law in New Jersey where this car came from, so it's got to stay there. And there's been a lot of controversy regarding the fake vents. So if we look real low on the car right here, you'll see the vent down here. Apparently it brought in too much air or too much cooling when the car was in development, so it actually blocked it off a little bit. I'm not sure why you would too much cooling, I don't know. Anyway, but off to the side over here, this is actually a real vent. There's another fake one up here, but that's where they hide the radar detection and stuff like that. You couldn't put it right here behind the license plate stuff. They put it off to the side over here. So this car does have adaptive cruise control, things like that. We do have parking sensors right here in the front, all on the front. You can very easily visible. I love the front splitter, how it's a different color than the rest of the car. And again, that yellow and that gray, that contrast is just amazing. Good ride height here as well. So you're not gonna be scraping your bumper on like steep driveways or anything like that. Still discussing the front end, we have the lights here. Look how the light is just, it's a giant fixture right here. All the way over here, goes all the way, almost all the way to the middle of the car. I just love the sharpness right here. And this is actually your running light. So go ahead and wake the car up, press the unlock button. You see a turn signal as well. It's a giant turn signal. And now the light is white with a little yellow amber light on the side for US homologation, whatever. But so cool. The lights are so sharp. You have 3 bulbs in here, and underneath those you have your high beams. There's little like red sort of design feature in there for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. Lock it back up. See that turn signal again? Very, very cool. But yes, the fake vents. We have one here, this one here. We have the one that's covered up down here at the bottom. We have this one over here that's fake. This one's fake. That one's fake. Apparently, I'm not going to take any credit for this. I was watching Doug DeMuro's video several years back, and he said he spoke to Toyota about the vents, and they said it's for tuning companies, for allowing more air when they get to tune the engine. Now, I don't know how much tuning you could do with the BMW engine. Obviously, the legendary 2JZ engine was known for its tunability, and people making 1,000 horsepower out of it, off the stock block. But I don't know what you're going to be able to do with 2-liter 4-cylinder or even the 3-liter 6-cylinder. So I don't know. I haven't seen much as far as like aftermarket tunability and stuff like that, but I've seen some pretty cool body kits and stuff like that. But let's move on, and let's take a second to just oogle over the absolutely beautiful looks of the Toyota Supra. We do have the little fake the vent right here, but we have nice cuts in the hood for aerodynamics. We do have the double bubble roof, which is to like pay homage to the racing heritage of Toyota. So when you're driving, your helmet would stick up further than your head would, and that's kind of what the bubble is for right there. And of course, aerodynamics as well. Check out the hips. Look at the hips. Oh, that is absolutely, you know how I feel about some hips. Absolutely beautiful right there. Nice wide stance on the vehicle. Another fake vent right there, but it's cool. I like how it like breaks up the paint just a little bit, and just like a little slat, and it slides all the way down, goes all the way up over the rear. It's absolutely beautiful. They did such a killer design with this car right here. We do have some more fake vents to go over back here, but let's talk about the rear end real quick. Welcome to the rear end of the Toyota Supra. Absolutely beautiful, just as graceful and elegant and aggressive as the front end. We've already mentioned the wide hips right here that will actually impede on your cargo space, but we'll get to that in a second. Built-in ducktail spoiler. Fun fact, the 2024 45th anniversary does have an aftermarket wing, but the wing goes on top of this, which Toyota prepared for with all these other models, and I'll explain that in a second as well. But let's go with the car up. Here are your running lights, your daytime running lights in the back here. They extend all the way into the middle of the car. Very, very beautiful. Little stick over here for US homologation. Supra logo. Beautiful. I love how they paid homage to the original Supra with the same font. Toyota logo up there, same font logo down here. Very, very nice. The license plate is nice and low. I'm okay with that. GR logo off to the side. All the Supras have the GR logo. I don't even know what it means, but it's fine. I don't think it's necessary to be there, but it is what it is. Below that, we do have a nice all black bumper. Helps break up the yellow paint a little bit. I like that touch a lot. Diffuser, so these little slats here help keep the air channeled underneath the car, keep it straight or whatever. Dual exhaust, looks really, really good. And we have, it's sort of a rain light, but it's not really a rain light. A rain light is for when Indy cars, when it's raining, your light is really low at the bottom, it flashes so drivers can see you in front of them or whatever. Anyway, but it's actually the reverse light, so that's pretty cool. It actually reduces the amount of stuff you need up here by putting an extra light down here at the bottom. This is the key to the 2023 Toyota Supra. It's pretty cool, but it looks identical to a BMW key through and through. It's just got some red here instead of black or blue, and it's got a Toyota logo on it. But we have the unlock, lock, trunk button, and panic button. But like most cars, keep the key in your pocket. Walk up to the car, and unlike BMW, the car will not unlock when you get close to it. The mirrors are still shut and the key is in my pocket. You have to touch the handle. Mirrors will unlock. You hear the traditional BMW beep noise. Open the door, and if you want to lock the car, shut it and press the three little buttons right there. Press the three little buttons right there, or make sure the key is close to you. Mirrors will lock in. There is no button back here to open the trunk. You have to press the button in the door over there, or press the button on the key fob, hold it down. You'll hear the car, you'll hear the trunk open. You'll see it lift a little bit. Just put your hand underneath and lift it up, and you'll see you have enough space for a backpack. So I was able to get my whole suitcase, my orange one, you've seen it before, and my toolkit in here sideways and shut the trunk. So cargo space is actually pretty decent, but the hips impede. Look how narrow it is. The hips really impede the ability to put stuff in here. So you gotta figure out a way to get it in here. But you have this little thing. You can remove this if you want to, or you could pass it right through into the front passenger cabin. But one thing is here, you have the emergency trunk release. Why do we still have this if you could just climb through the front? I don't know, whatever. I hope I didn't just break that. But let's go ahead and shut the trunk. We have the little handles here. Pull it down. Got a nice satisfying thud, and it's shut. You see the lights flash and let you know it's locked. But while we're in the trunk, these things here is what I was mentioning are the extra support for the bigger wing that's coming on the 45th anniversary. So we can see the gorgeous ducktail spoiler right there, but the 45th anniversary has another wing that goes over top like that. Of course, that adds downforce. You don't want to ruin the entire back deck lid here, so that's what the extra support for. And yeah, you know how it goes. All right, we are inside the 2023 Toyota Supra, and it's very, I don't want to say BMW-ish, but it kind of is. And do you really care? I don't know. I know I don't care. I'm used to BMWs. I've driven many of them. And if you haven't driven a BMW, then you wouldn't know this is BMW. So it doesn't matter. But yes, it's very driver focused. It's tight in here. Of course, you notice there's only 2 seats in here. I actually have plenty of headroom thanks to that helmet bubbled on each side of the car. But those window switches, BMW. The headlight cluster, BMW. The entire infotainment system, BMW. The gear shifter, I just keep saying it over and over. So we'll speed past this. I won't even go through anything in the infotainment system. You can do 2 things at once. You can have your music playing like on one side of the screen and have the map on the other, which is pretty cool. Apple CarPlay is supposed to be standard, but it's not in this one. So be aware if you're shopping for any that all these cars are not going to be equipped with Apple CarPlay. But the navigation is just fine. Music comes through just fine. The sound system isn't the best. It does have the upgraded JBL sound system, unless there's another JBL sound system. But you can see the little speakers behind you. You can see they thump a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But since we're in here, let's wake the car up. Put your foot on the brake. Stop start buttons over here on the right. Give it a good push. Car fires into life. Go ahead and shut the door real quick. Here's the gauge cluster. It's very, very simple. I actually like it. Speedometer's on the side. Your gas tank's on the left. This is your tachometer. That's super racing inspired. I love how it's like oversized. It goes below the screen and then above the screen on the other side. On the right side here, you have like info. So you can scroll down this little button right here and choose what you want there. Or your radio station, sorry. But you can click it and change it, whatever. So on the right side will display your navigation if you have it chosen to a destination or whatever, or your music. So if we press the mode button right here, that'll actually change your source. Let's go to FM radio, and boom, we got radio stations. You can change the radio station right here. And speaking of radio stations, just like in BMW, if you hover your finger over these without pressing them, see at the top there, it'll let you know what you have signed, if anything is assigned, without actually pressing anything. That's pretty cool. But continuing on, we do have the sort of center console right here. I love the carbon fiber look right there. Let's go ahead and turn it down to copyright stricken. You know the gear shifter, foot down, press to side, pull back for drive, push forward for reverse. Reverse camera, pretty solid. A nice little supersonic looking thing over there, no big deal. And push back just once for neutral, all right, and press the P for park, no big deal at all. Again, straight out of BMW, you can navigate this thing right here with this. I don't need to go over that. You can also draw on it if you want to like write letters and stuff for navigation. This sport button is absolutely oversized, but we're going to press it, and when you press it, you hear the exhaust baffles open up, and we also see the tachometer change just a little bit. Let's press it back. That's normal. That's sport. It automatically turns auto stop start off for you, which I like. I kind of leave in a sport mode. It holds the revs a little bit higher. The shifts faster. Suspension is tough, or is a little tougher. It's all right. But one thing I did find interesting, we have like a barrier right here, and there isn't one over here. Now, is this to keep the driver in their little cocoon? You can rest your knee against it, and the passenger has to let the knee flop over here? I'm not sure, but I thought that was a really interesting touch right here. And the only storage you really have are going to be these cup holders. This does not open in any way, shape, or form, so these cup holders are available. You also have a little storage back here, and then whatever you can throw right behind you into the trunk. But I love these Alcantara seats, and fun fact, black is the only interior color available. Unless you buy the premium 3.0 trim, you get like a hazelnut option. All right, we are inside the 2023 Toyota Supra. Let's put this thing in sport mode. You can hear the exhaust open up, and the suspension got hard. Something happened, but let's roll. I'm gonna tell you right now, she might not see this, but if I wasn't married, I'd be calling dealerships right now looking to get a hold of one of these 3.0 in Nitro Yellow. That is how much I love this car. Windows are automatic, go up by themselves. So let me be able to talk to y'all for a little bit. Stop start is automatic, but we turn it off in sport mode, and I have it in manual mode right now. Before we even start driving this thing, I mean, I've driven it already, but before I start telling you about the driving, I simply love the exclusivity of the Toyota Supra. They're not well known. People are asking me, what is that? That's a nice ride, bro. How much those goes for? You know, and I tell them it's a Toyota. I don't mention the BMW part. They're like, oh, for real? That's crazy. You know, how much? Yeah, and like, it's just, you can get a lot of car for the money and then have it look like something that it bats way out of its league. I think it's amazing. It's just the impractical part of it. Like, it's only 2 seats. Let's give it some juice here. We're doing 11, 13, 16 in first gear. Let's hit it. I'm long shifting because I'm in manual mode. I should have. Don't worry about all that. I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna get the shifts right. Actually, I'll leave it in automatic mode, let it shift for me. But that thing pulls, man. I ain't even go 60, but it feels like you're going so much faster. Again, the car only weighs 3,200 pounds, 255 horsepower, so it feels zippy and quick and all that kind of stuff without pretty much breaking the speed limit. Isn't that pretty crazy? Coming to a light now, downshift. Not bad. I'm not a race car driver. I did watch Gran Turismo yesterday. It was amazing, by the way. Go check that out. But the car does feel planted to the road. It feels like I'm connected to the road. I can feel feedback through the steering wheel in my seat, actually. I'm just so driver focused. I have my hands at the little 9 and 3. I feel great driving this thing because it's so small. It's, it's not the Honda CRV, whatever, CRX, whatever, the pocket rocket, but this thing, and it sounds good too. It's a 4-cylinder, and it definitely sounds like a BMW 4-cylinder, but it also sounds like a Toyota, like a grown-up Toyota. It's impossible to explain, but I'm wondering to myself, am I in love with the Toyota Supra, or am I in love with the Z4? I've never driven a Z4, but they don't look nearly as good as this. The seat is decently comfortable. I'm definitely too wide for it, and you can't really adjust it. It is all manual. Most of it's manual. You have to slide it forward. Damn it. See, in traffic, like, it's really jerky. But the seat is manual. You have to adjust it forward and back manual. The tilting back and forth is manual. You can, like, the raising and lowering of the seat, and you can raise and lower the butt, and you can raise and lower the legs. That's all manual. But the lumbar is a motor, which is very strange. But yeah, the seat is fairly comfortable. Now, I did mention I want to drive this thing back home to Connecticut so my wife could check it out. You know, I could try to, like, get her to let me buy it or whatever. I don't know if it would be a comfortable drive. I mean, I'm the Hungry Road. I make all kind of compromises and concessions just to have my way when I want to do things. But I don't know if I could. I mean, I would make it. I just wouldn't be very comfortable at the end of the drive. You feel me? This car excites me. It makes me excited to go for a drive. If I gotta go run to the store, I'm there. I'm in the car. I'm ready to go. The car I have now doesn't excite me like that. I don't know if it ever really did, but this is what I'm looking for, an exciting car. Again, it only has 255 horsepower, but it's a looker. It's sharp. It's so focused. It feels good around you. It shrinks around you. It just feels like I'm running real fast. That's how small the car feels and how accurate it feels. I can't even put it all into words. It is just amazing how this car makes me feel. As you can see, I'm wearing something different, but this is a very sad day for me. I have to take the car back to the airport. I'm almost there, but I want to get out of the city. Maybe try some launch controls, see how fast we can get this thing up to 60, and just enjoy the rest of my drive. But I've loved this thing. Fun fact, I actually record my outro before I take the car back to the airport. So this is like after I've already spoken about the outro, but you haven't seen it yet. Don't worry about it. But I found a spot to pull over and try launch control. Well, I found this little YouTube guide on how to do launch control in this car, but this is only the 2-liter. That was for the 3-liter. I don't know if they're any different, but you're supposed to put your foot on the brake, have the car in sport mode, then you're supposed to press the traction control button. But there's two kinds of traction control. There's on, then there's whatever this is, reduce chassis stabilization, and then if you hold the button down, it gets rid of all traction control. Now, I'm not trying to do a burnout. I want good traction. So let's go ahead and just do the second one. Maximum traction with reduced chassis stabilization, driver assistance steering intervention deactivated. Fine. So I want the turbos to be spooled up when I launch the car. So we have time right now, and we're gonna mash the gas. And 60. Okay. That's way faster than just punching it at the light. No, we're going to do that again. We absolutely have to do that again. That's crazy. That was probably like a 6-second 0 to 60, but it felt like that feeling when you get launched on a roller coaster. I know it ain't like a Tesla 0 to 60 in 2-second type stuff, but that was quick. That felt quick. It felt thrilling. That felt fun. I'm gonna do that over and over. All right, I found the last straightaway before the airport. Foot's already on the brake. Gas. That is crazy. The way it makes you feel when it pushes you back in your seat. Oh,
in 1 mile,
keep
exit right.
trying to keep me in the shoulder, but I want to get on the highway. Woo! That is fun. And this is a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, 255 horsepower car. I can't wait to get me something fast, just so I can just do that all the time. Probably destroy my transmission. We don't want that. But that's it. Here at the airport, time to go to the outro. And if I didn't say it in the outro, I love this thing. I'm gonna try to get it next week when I come back. Well, that is my time with the 2023 Toyota Supra. I absolutely love this car. This may be my all-time favorite car that I've ever reviewed. It is sharp. It's me, sort of. I'm a little more fancy and I'm a little bigger, but I love the way it shrinks around you. I love the way it kind of talks to you, gives you good feedback. I love how quick it is. I love how it's good on gas. I love how sharp it is. I love everything about it. I don't love that it's fake though. Like, it's not a, is it a real Toyota Supra or is it really a BMW Supra? You know what I mean? That's what I don't like about it. So, but I have been looking online at buying one of these because that's how much I loved it. The only thing is, it's got 2 seats and I have a wife and we like to travel and we got big suitcases. I can't get both of those in the car. I can only get one. So how we gonna get all our luggage to the airport? Take her car? That's not how our relationship works. No, I'm kidding. But I loved it. And like, these start about 45 grand and used, they're kind of holding their value. But you want the 3.0 engine. I've only driven the 2.0 and I fell in love with it. I can't imagine an extra 130 horsepower. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. And the car only weighs 3,200 pounds. Like, this is a rocket. Well, a really short, small rocket. But you know what I mean. I'm actually very excited to see what Toyota has in store for the future. If they're going to be able to open these fake vents up and get some real cooling and make a bigger engine or more power or anything. Because you don't put a bunch of these fake vents on here and then not have some plans for the future. So I'm excited to see. I would love to get a chance to drive the 3.0. If anyone has one, let me check it out. I greatly appreciate it. But if you made it this far in the video, please like the video, subscribe. You must like what you see here. If it's the car or me, doesn't matter. This video deserves a like. I appreciate you. There's never an empty tank or empty stomach on this road. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Thank you.